Hey guys, Guy Jabroni here with Agentive Automations and wanted to do a quick video here about a study that I just read I think it came out of Stanford, and I'll probably post it in the description of how 90 to 95% of businesses who have invested in AI are not seeing an appreciable return. And I wanted to bring some clarity to that from our experience trying to implement in my own business and implementing in my customers' businesses. There's been a lot of hype. AI is going to destroy the world. AI is going to save the world. Here's my 2 cents. AI and AI agents can turn your one employee into 10, into 20 when properly implemented. But properly implemented seems to be a wide definition or have a wide definition. Just real quick, AI, the actual language model that does the thinking, like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, if you give it an instruction, it will give you an answer based on the information it's been trained. How does that work in your business? That's the question. Most of the time, it really doesn't, besides giving it an email to rewrite, asking it to do some research on a paper, low level stuff, right? So in your business, especially in storage, the definer is going to be when you turn that AI into an agent. Now, what is an agent? An agent actually takes advantage of the AI brain, which is the LLM, Claude, ChatGPT, with a set of tools, with some knowledge and some memory. If you don't have all of those put together, you're not going to get productivity. So what do I mean by that? So the first element, of course, is the AI model. Now you have some open source ones, but I usually stake the ones that I use on a daily basis are Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT. I don't particularly use Grok. That's just a personal preference of mine, but those are the three main ones that I use, and they're all better at different things, especially now with Gemini actually being able, with Nano Banana, you can actually make pretty much all your marketing materials. So that in itself, that's point one. The second thing you need is actual processes in your business. If you don't have a process, a set of instructions, an SOP for a particular task that you have in your business, if you don't have that clearly written out, clearly defined, tested with clear defined results, the AI is not going to help you. You can't just give the AI something to do without what you want, how you want it done, the timeline you want it done. And then the third part of that is the actual tools to do it. If you want AI to take over your inbox, you have to tell it how you want it to respond to the particular emails that you're getting, and then give it access to your email box. And you have to give it a set of instructions in order to use the email box in a way that you want the way you want it done. The fourth part, the major part, it's two parts, is if you don't have a knowledge base or a database linked to your agent or the agent that has your AI as part of it, it doesn't have a memory. So it's like talking to a small child. You're going to have a conversation with it. 5 minutes later, they're going to be off doing whatever they want, right? So if you don't, and there's two types of memories. There's short-term memory, which can be called on the back end, it's called Postgres memory. And that can be linked to different conversations, and it only goes so far. And if you've used AI, you've seen that they have a window in Claude and ChatGPT. You can only have a conversation that's so long, and then it stops and you got to start over again. Same thing happens when you're trying to apply this in your own business. You need a memory that is going to persist, and that has to be set up in a separate database. So you have the AI, you have the instructions, you have the memory, and then you have short-term memory, and then you have long-term memory, and then you have to have a way to communicate that entire thing. So recently, Claude, ChatGPT, they've all decided to start linking to tools, and that relegates your use of the tool in either one of those platforms, ChatGPT, Gemini. If you want to make it effective in your business, you have to bring it into your business. And how do you do that? AI and the tools that AI uses right now, widely distributed, have API or automated protocol interfaces with Gmail, Slack, Teams, I would say 99% of the tools you're using in your business right now, you can link AI to, link it to your knowledge base, link it to your database, give it a set of instructions, and then it will take over some of the things going on in your business. What I'm seeing specifically in the storage industry is it's being treated as another tool on another platform that you need to learn what that platform looks like. If you've been in business, especially in a storage business, if you've been in business for a while and you have multiple facilities, you've come up with SOPs, you've come up with procedures that you're operating by. And what you're being asked to do in order to adopt AI is learn a new one or bring another one into this platform. Or most of the PMS software is asking you to bring all those properties into the PMS software. So you're trapped in the PMS software. Your information is in the PMS software. You can't take it out. You can never leave. So while there's 20 different new pieces of property management software that you can't leave because all of your data is actually set in another PMS software. So a real effective AI implementation in your storage business, or for any business that matter, is how can AI or an AI agent fit into your current process? Not how can I change my current processes to fit an AI platform. AI is flexible enough, and AI agents can be built flexible enough to fit into your current processes. The crux is, do you have those processes? Most businesses that we go into, they've been doing it a certain way so long that they just do it that way. They haven't documented it. They haven't hired somebody in a while, or they had a bad experience hiring somebody, so they just don't hire. They keep wearing several hats at a time. If you don't document your daily processes or take an audit of what you do on a daily basis, you're really not going to know how to implement AI in your business, because while you go through the motions of running your business every day, you've never documented it to actually have somebody else run it. And I know I went through this myself. Nobody's going to do it as well as I can. So now in order to keep whatever hair I have left, it's the 80-20 rule. If I can get somebody, and this comes from Dan Martell, if I can get somebody to do it 80% as good as I did, that's freaking awesome. That's it. I'll take 80. If I can get 90, that's great, but I'll take 80. With AI, you can train it to do it 80, 90% as well as you can, and it doesn't get sick. It doesn't complain. It doesn't need certain things that employees do. And you can retain those best employees that you have and give them superpowers. You can have AI and build an AI system into your business using your systems that will take over the menial tasks so that your employees can shine. And some of the customers that we deal with, I tell them, we're going to implement AI into your storage facility so that your rock star manager can go out and actually develop more human relationships in the community to refer back to your storage facility. And it's not just storage, it's any business. If I can build an AI system to handle your customer experience, handle your liens, handle your payments, handle gate codes, all the right now major customer experiences can be handled by AI. We're moving into actually analyzing the data and making business decisions, helping make business decisions, but that's all structuring a system to, where is your data? How can I get that data, in this case, out of your facility management system? How can I get that data via API out of your facility management system? How can I put that in a knowledge base that you actually own? And how can I take an AI trained on your particular needs in your particular area with your particular clientele and feed AI that data to find trends, find movement, find opportunities that you have a limited view of seeing just because you can't process all that information at once. We can create interfaces that allow you to do that and customize it to you and put it in your system. We can have an AI that you can talk to in your Slack channel. We can make an AI that you can talk to in your Teams channel. It's not about using the latest AI. It's how can you perfect your internal processes so that you can teach an AI how to do what you want it to do. If you don't have those internal processes and systems set up yet, do that first. And there's plenty of resources where you can get those SOPs. The SSA has a bunch of SOPs. The ISS has a bunch of SOPs. Here's a tip. Use Notebook LM, download your favorite storage YouTube channel into Notebook LM, and then ask it to spit out all the processes. That's easy. And I'll be doing a video about that shortly, but get your processes in place and then think about AI. And in this video, in the link, I'll drop a structure of how to actually look at your business and take a time audit of your business to see where does AI fit and what do I want it to do? Not just, hey, that looks cool. I think AI can do that. How can it help my business by taking over repetitive tasks, by optimizing daily tasks of my employees, by communication? How can it actually take over some of the tasks that your employees are talking about right now? And I wanted to make this video because I see a lot of confusion, and it's not just in storage, it's with every business. Everybody wants to implement AI because they're afraid their competition is going to outpace them, which is true. But if you don't have internal processes in your facility, in your company that you've already put in process, and if you're training employees, you should have a handbook. You're going to have an HR handbook. They're going to read that and make sure they're going to get along with the rest of the employees. You should have a manual and a course for them to go and learn the PMS software. You should have the lean procedure, what the dates are, important dates. You should have how do you want the units cleaned? How do you want the property walk done? How do you want your auctions done? How do you want customer situations handled? Do you have an incident report? All those processes need to be documented in clear SOPs. And then you can actually take that information, figure out what tools you need to make that happen, and then figure out what data you need to use those tools to make that happen. And then you can effectively implement an AI, not just AI, an AI agent in your business. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments. You can reach out to us at Agentive Storage and be happy to take a look at your business and see how you can actually create your own AI experience that will actually help you in your business and not just hype. This is Guy Javron with Agentive Storage, and I'll see you in the next one.